I have been summoned to this house because of a long ago yesteryear, and the future of things known only to God. I have been called because of the evil coming and the need for a warrior to meet it. I am that warrior. I am the irresistible force that knows no immovable evil. This dwelling is what you have named home, but for me it is a wellspring, a rising up of what is best in all things. I stand in corners of dining rooms and kitchens, not seen nor heard, listening with my head raised, eyes closed, drinking in the words spoken. I am not you, nor am I like you, but I love your words. I am sometimes love. I am sometimes righteous anger. At times I am a watcher, doing nothing. Other times I am death, destruction, a destroyer. I am an angel. I am a creation of God Almighty, created for one purpose only, to carry out His will, that I protect you. If you were to see me, you would cry out and hide your face. Your fear, human, while understandable, would be misplaced, for I love you. I love you because the Father loves you, and because I love you, I hate what threatens you. So, here I am, silent, while you say your prayers before sleep, shining in glory as you speak out your needs and worries. The simple prayers of grace over meals that you take for granted fill me. Your bountiful meal sustains your bodies, but your short prayers of thanks for that food fill me with a light and power that has fed me for an eternity. Now you know why I stand in corners and dining rooms and kitchens. It is my choice. It is where I find gratitude for His bounty, recognition of His sovereignty in the simplest of form. Tonight, though, I stand in this room for different reasons. Her husband slid his chair away from the table, getting up slowly, almost as if in pain. "I'm going to lay down," he said without inflection, giving no clue as to why. This was out of character for him, leaving her at the table alone, no explanation as to what the reason was. Lynn was an open man, considerate of others, especially his wife, Elizabeth. During their 8 years of marriage, no one questioned his affection and loyalty to Liz. He was also the type of man that other wives admired, wishing openly that their husbands were more like him. This was often a source of concern to Liz, but she worried needlessly. Lynn felt fidelity was the one of the many measures of a man's character, and he was not going to be found lacking. Most men that knew Lynn well admired him, valuing his friendship. His character ran deep, honor and commitment being the foundation of his life. For those that were not so close to Lynn, misinterpreted his ways as something close to arrogance, and in some cases, self-righteousness. The truth lay below and above both. Lynn was the product of struggle and a persistent setting of his own standards, goals of which may be categorized as unrealistic. A part of Lynn knew this, but a better part of him would not be satisfied with a diluted form of honor. Without even knowing it, he personified things most men have forgotten. In an ideal world, this is good, but the world has fallen far from the ideal. Reality reminds us that the higher the goals, the more constant the failure rate. The slightest deviance from his standards, the most minuscule hurt he caused his friends, would send him into an almost cruel, self-imposed punishment. It wasn't until he had reconciled this failure within himself that he felt he was worthy enough to re-engage with people close to him on anything more than the most superficial of levels. Lynn was able to see the best in others, but was unforgiving of his own self. What people saw as a man striving for noble goals was, ironically, the result of a man in a state of continual penitence. Women caught up in today's society focus on the surface of man. Good women, on the other hand, are capable of reading between the lines. They can see when a man walks and acts with a definitive purpose. Good women are drawn to men that speak openly, with authority, and with passion. Good women could also conclude that Len was not overly concerned about what other people thought of him, therefore he had the ability to connect intimately with people, openly speaking of feelings and emotions without giving the perception of an unmanly softness. Then there were the great women, the godly ones, the females that see and identify the true design of men. They saw the deeper part of Len, that uncertain, I refuse to conform to the world part of his personality that allowed him to choose what he felt right without the bondage of needing to please societal norms. These people, man and woman alike, the ones that saw the true roles of man and woman, were the ones he called friends. Those of no character flock to their own. Those with honor are no different.